Hey guys, AscendantGod here with Raid Shadow Legends. Going to be opening up some Void Shards today. As you can see here, I got 34 of them, and it is a double chance at epics and legendaries from them, so absolutely taking advantage of that. There's also an event going on for the Buy Shards and Win events, so I can get a legendary tome from that, which I really need. So, as you can see in the info, we got 16% chance at epics, 1% chance at legendary, so like a 1 in 3 chance or so of getting a legendary here. So, you know, good chances of getting some epics. So we'll see what happens here. But I'm going to open all 34 of them here right now. So at this point, I can't really say there's, I mean, I'd love to get Hegemon. I mean, really above and beyond anything else, like I would love to get Hegemon on this. Other than that, I don't know anybody else that I really need or that I'd really use at this point. Like Madame Ceres would be fun to play with. Maybe Blind Seer might be good for my arena composition. But yeah, nothing really in particular that I need. More than anything else, I'm opening these because there's a double chance at the epics and legendaries, and because I really need that legendary tome. I'm running really short on the tomes for my arena composition that I made. It's so hard to get the tomes in game for legendaries, and I feel it's easier to get legendaries than it is to max them out. So it's just killing me because I cut back on my spending. But anyway, whole nother story. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started on these. Wish me luck here, guys. Let's see what happens. So again, not looking for anything in particular. Just going to see what happens here. Well, I shouldn't say not looking for anything in particular. Again, if I got... if I got Hegemon, that would be great. I mean, that's the best that I could possibly think of would be Hegemon that I can think of. Alright, Retainer is just rare, nothing special. We're not gonna take a look at the rares today. We're just gonna go ahead and open them up. Retainer, I think, is okay as far as a rare. He's not spectacular, but oh, epic, that's good. Ooh, Umbral. Okay, well, I could use her for a skill up. I'm pretty sure I don't have my Umbral maxed out. Umbral Enchantress is actually really good. She's really good. She's got this where it's an AoE attack. At max skills, it's 100% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 2 turns. And then it places an unkillable buff on her for 2 turns as well. Now, it does put block cooldown skills on her, so you can't do any of your cooldown skills for 5 turns, which kind of sucks. But for a 2-turn provoke and a 2-turn unkillable on her, it's really good. It's really good, especially for an epic. And then she has this where it's an AoE, 100% chance of placing block buffs, debuff for 3 turns. So if anything, if you have somebody else that can buy you some time in the beginning, you can always do something else like knocking down turn meters or a stun or something, and then do this first to block buffs on the enemy, and then do the provoke, you know, something like that. So that's an option as well. And then this one here, the damage increases as her current HP decreases, and that works synergistically with her A3, because the A3 has her taking a bunch of damage, but it keeps her from getting killed for 2 turns, so she can get down to 1 hit point, and then when she's down to 1 hit point, it's maxing out the damage from this here. So the two of them work together there, which is pretty nice. But yeah, overall, she's a really good champion, and like I said, if mine isn't maxed out as far as her skill ups, I'm definitely going to use this one for a skill up for her. So nothing amazing, but it's kind of like getting an epic tome, which is better than just a trash epic, so that's at least something. Daywalker is nothing special. He's just kind of a trash rare, so we're going to move along. Another epic. Yeah. Confessor's complete garbage. Not even going to look at her. If there is any rares that I feel are really decent, I'll take a look at them. But a lot of the rares, and this is garbage. Chevalier's complete garbage. Look at it. It's so depressing. It's driving me to drink. Oh, Paragon. Okay. Paragon might actually use 2. Paragon is a very interesting champion. He's actually immortal. In case you don't know that, Paragon is a very powerful rare. He's literally an immortal rare. Only on manual, on automatic, they don't have his AI set up to make himself immortal. He'll do it in the encounters, in the faction wars. You'll run into Paragon, and in the faction wars, if you don't have anybody who can kill him quick enough, and he'll make himself unkillable. And so this is what he does here. He does this, places on unkillable buff and 25% increased attack buff on a target ally for 2 turns. And when max skills, it's a 2-turn cooldown. So literally, once this is up, the 2 turns are up and the unkillable's up, you refresh it. So with this here, if he uses this on himself, he cannot die unless somebody has a buff removal and they can steal the buff or remove it or whatever. But as long as the enemy doesn't have anything like that, he will never die. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily definitely win the fight, because, like, say I'm still stuck on Dark Elves on a certain level because I figured, oh, I'll stick Paragon in this and I can, you know, get up to a higher stage. Problem is in the last round, there's an Arbiter. Arbiter can resurrect all the allies and she can heal. If you have a healer or resurrector on the enemy team and you can't kill them before they can resurrect or heal, then Paragon is worthless. He'll never die, but he could also potentially never win either. So depending on who you're fighting, Paragon can be amazing, but he's not an absolute, like, yes, you're definitely going to win every single fight. Because, again, if they can heal or they can resurrect, it's not going to do you much good. So, that said, though, anything else his isn't that great. It's 3 times random, heal reduction, decrease attack debuff, which is okay. I mean, for a rare, that's decent. I mean, it's 3 times at random, so, I mean, you can target somebody with a heal reduction, decrease attack, and then this is increased damage inflicted is proportional to defense. See 50% chance to decrease in target's turn meter by 10%. So it's, I mean, not amazing, but I mean, for a rare, like I said, he's really amazing mainly because of this unkillable that he can make himself immortal. If you're not trying to do a cheese fight like that, where you're trying to make him immortal, like in regular fights, he's not anything that spectacular. I mean, he's okay, but I mean, for a rare, he's really, really good, but is he part of a really amazing composition? Not really. Not really. Really, his main strength is just that he can get you through a fight with that unkillable where he himself cannot ever die. Again, unless somebody can remove or steal that buff from you, then there's an exception there. Alright, Bloodhorn. I don't even know Bloodhorn, but, I mean, he's rare, something he's not going to be that great. Yeah, nothing special here. 2 random allies. No. Nope. Moving along. Another rare. You guys are killing me. Bulwark. I believe Bulwark is actually a really good champion too, if I remember right. Yes, yes, and this is why. When attacked, has a 30% chance of extending the duration of all debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn. He can be really, really good on the clan boss because of that. I assume, yeah, see, a lot of people do know that. Everything else he's garbage for, see, as you can see here. But on clan boss, he's really, really good, because when he gets attacked, there's that 30% chance to extend the duration of all debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn. You can put the, sniper, so to be a 35% chance, which means that when the boss hits you, it's a 35% chance to extend, you know, attack down, defense down, weaken, poisons, HP burn. That's a really, really amazing ability, and it's a passive. It's not even like, oh, he needs to attack to extend the debuffs. This is a passive where every time the boss attacks him, there's that 30% chance, well, 35% I should say with Sniper, because you would absolutely want Sniper on him. He's a really, really amazing ability for clan boss. I don't know if I could use him for clan boss. If I was to use him, I'd replace Turvold with him, but I might give it a shot. It couldn't hurt, especially as a rare. He'd be very easy to max out, so I'm really tempted. I might as well give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Alright, and he also has taxed an enemy at max skills, 100% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. That's pretty cool too, actually. He'd be really useful for my group because I don't have an HP burn debuff, and I have slots for debuffs now that I replaced Steel Skull with Bad Alcazar. He doesn't put up as many poisons. So I do have slots for HP burn. He might actually be an upgrade for clan boss. I was kind of hoping to get somebody with like damage mitigation, like Skull Crusher, or even better Valkyrie would be great. But Bulwark might actually be an upgrade from Turvold. He might actually let me take Turvold out of there and focus on Turvold in dungeons and faction wars instead. I would probably re-gear him some. Let me see what else he does. Oh, well, this isn't bad either. It's kind of a backup weaken debuff. Well, no, it's only 15%. Never mind. No, because you want 25% weaken on the boss. But, I mean, it's a nice semi-backup where if you don't have a 100% uptime on a weaken, a slim chance to place is at least 15%. That's the only downside, is if I do replace Turvold, I wouldn't have 100% weaken on the boss at all times. I would lose that. As Dracomorph can't keep it up 100% of the time. But I don't know. It's something to think about. But the thing is he could compensate for that by extending the weaken debuff as well on the boss. So he might be able to make sure that Dracomorph can keep it up at all times because of that. But I don't know. He may not, though, because the problem is that they made changes to Dracomorph recently, for those of you who don't know. Unless both weaken and defense down falls off the boss, Dracomorph will not use his A3. And that's something that I really, really don't like, because I really want both of those debuffs up at all times, and he won't do it on auto attack. And I do my fights on auto. Reliquary Tender, I don't know if she's any good. That's, Lose all debuffs, that's kind of cool. Decrease attack, so she's okay. I mean, she's okay for a rare. Nothing amazing, but she's okay for a rare. I mean, I wouldn't use her. Arbalester, she's garbage, I'm pretty sure. Enemy skills, yeah, she's garbage. Next. Too many rares here. I am not liking this. I think, yeah, Skirmisher's garbage. Not even going to look at her. I know for a fact she's garbage. Ooh, epic at least. Whisper. I think this is a new one that's actually pretty good as well. This is one I might use on the boss too. For some reason I'm thinking she's good on the boss. No, 4.4, maybe not. Maybe this isn't the champion I'm thinking of. Let me see. 10% chance of the critical hit. Okay, yeah. This is the one that I'm thinking of. I think maybe this review just isn't accurate. Alright, yeah. Extra turn if the target is under decreased defense and weaken debuffs. So that's cool. So she gets an extra turn there from that. That's one of the things that's cool. 50% increase attack buff on this champion. Higher max hit points. So that's definitely going to happen on the boss. Will ignore defense if the target's under a weaken debuff. That should hit pretty freaking hard. And that's 3 turn cooldown at max skills. 50% chance. 75% chance at max skills. That's just as good as Turvold's, I think. Yeah, that's what Turvold has. 75% chance of placing a weaken. Correction. Bulwark may not be my replacement. Whisper might be my replacement. I'm definitely going to max her out and give it a try. That's cool. So I got two champions that could potentially be an upgrade. Because I think she could do better than Turvold. I mean, Turvold hits really hard, but completely ignoring the boss's defense when they're under weaken, which should be the majority of the time, that is wow. I would imagine that should hit really, really hard. And then this one here is pretty cool too, where it hits them 2 times, grants an extra turn if the target's under the decreased defense of weaken, which the boss should be at all times. So I should be getting an extra turn from this. 10% chance of getting an extra turn whenever the champion lands a critical hit, which just give her a 100% crit rate, and then, yeah, increases damage inflicted on bosses by 20% too. I think it'd be hard to get her 100% crit rate on the clan boss though, but I could get her close to it. I guess I could get her to 100% crit rate. It's just she wouldn't have good survival. Attacks an enemy. Yeah, so this, I'm going to give her a shot on the clan boss. I don't know what else she could be good for. But for the boss, definitely on the boss. She might actually, I think she'd go really good in my Faction Wars group too. Hollow is garbage. Hollow looks cool, but he's trash. Gotta get more epics. Amarantine skeleton. He's okay. Let's see here. 30% increased defense. Block cooldown skill. There's not anything that great. Block buffs, debuff. Oh, okay. He's okay. I remember reading somewhere something that showed that he was okay. This is taking a little bit longer than I was expecting, so I'm going to start trying to crank this out a little bit quicker here. Oh, I got another Rowan. Rowan's actually a pretty decent champion. I used mine recently for a fusion. She's, a lot of her attacks are based off of speeds. Based off a speed attack here. Oh, just the one. Excuse me, correction. Her A1, it's based off speed. So yeah, poison she has. She's got stun. She's got heal reductions. So yeah, she's a decent champion. She was actually, I regretted, well, I shouldn't say regretted. I didn't like the notion of having to get rid of her. Haruspex is not that great. I did not like the idea of getting rid of her for Tormund, but I also liked the idea less of not having Tormund. Oh my god, Seducer. Seducer, I actually did a champion spotlight on him. It was the first spotlight I ever did on a rare, is the champion spotlight duo on Seducer and Temptress. If you haven't seen it, definitely look at it, because if you have Seducer, he's probably going to be useful for your faction wars. I'm using him instead of a legendary and an epic. Him and Temptress. Only worthwhile if you have Temptress, though, because of this ally protection, block damage. Really amazing champion. He has increased defense as well. This AoE decrease attack. It's only a 25% decrease attack, but his kit overall here is just amazing. And then he has a 45% chance to place a sleep debuff on his A1. He's a really, really hardcore champion when you have Temptress on your team. Like I said, I'm using him for my faction wars. Oh, epic at least. I know she's good for something. Not sure what. Chat. Discern has full hit points. Oh, that's kind of cool. So if you manage to get her to go first in arena, she gets an extra turn. Is it me? Okay, under a shield, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah, the shield. Yeah, so the shield makes her really annoying to kill. Yeah, she's pretty decent in arena. I don't think I'd use it for my arena composition, but she's decent in arena. I do know that. Let's see here, Malbranch. Malbranch is not anything that great. Another Paragon. Definitely don't need him. I mean, I guess you could use multiple Paragons in a composition so that you might be able to take down the Resurrector beforehand. Vanguard is trash. Painsmith. I think Painsmith is okay for a rare. Lock debuffs. Yeah, nah, he's not that great. For some reason I was thinking he was better than that. Maybe I must be thinking of somebody else. Fellhound. No. Fellhound works in conjunction with some other dog, but I tried them for my faction wars. Nothing good. Centurion's garbage. I would love to see a legendary guy. Come on, just give me my Hegemon. Give me my Hegemon. Let's Vanguard again. Alright, this is just getting ridiculous. Come on, stop giving me the trash rares. Stitched Beast. Stitched Beast is another one that's like okay for a rare, I believe. Yeah, fully depletes the target's turn meter, so that's really useful on bosses. That's good. The Weaken, again, good on bosses. Enemy 2 times, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like alright for bosses, but yeah, nah, his ratings aren't that great. I go by Reddit over the in-game reviews. The in-game reviews are not that reliable. Another Seducer, really? Maybe I'll run like a full factionless composition of him with one Temptress. Epic. Ooh, Padma. I don't have Padma yet. That's cool. I don't know what I'll use her in, but she's cool looking. I love... Ooh, Faction Wars. Faction Wars. Yes, I am going to use her in Faction Wars. Yes, because there was somebody that I wanted to replace. I think she'll be good. Yeah, removes all buffs, places them on this champion. That's cool. So she steals buffs. She's defense-based, which is good. AoE, 35% chance to decrease accuracy. Never felt that was that great. I don't tend to go with a lot of resist usually. Decrease attack if it's critical. Oh, but on all enemies, that's cool. Oh, so it only attacks one enemy, but if it's critical, then you put decrease attack on all enemies. So that is actually pretty good. So it's an AoE decrease attack, even though it's only one champion that it hits. So yes, that is what I was hoping for with her. I was hoping she was an AoE attack down. Yes, she's definitely getting used on my faction war group, because that's what I could really use is damage mitigation like that. So yeah, she's a good champion for the clan boss as well. She's not the greatest pick, but she's decent for clan boss. Overall she's a pretty decent champion, so that's cool. That's cool. I don't know if I'll max her skills out, but I'll definitely use her on Faction Wars. Ooh. Skull Crown. I might actually use her in one of my arena compositions. She's really good. Let me show you why. She has this unkillable buff that she gets every time her hit points drop below 20%. If you guys haven't seen her in arena, she is harsh in arena because she gets to that unkillable, so you can't kill her. And yeah, and she hits really hard with this A2 here, this AoE attack, and then it's a 75% chance of doing a weaken on all your champions. Hits really hard. This A1 does hit fairly hard as well. It's another AoE. It does an extra hit if the target has more than 50% hit points as well. So if you're over 50% hit points and she hits you, she's going to hit you twice. She does have this revive if you have Sinisha on your team too, where it revives her with 30% hit points. So she has this unkillable and a revive with Sinisha. She's a decent champion. I might use her. I don't know. I don't know for sure if I'll use a second Skull Crown. I love my one Skull Crown that I do have currently, though. I'll say that. Renegade. Renegade is another champion that can be really useful with certain compositions. Like, she can help make an unkillable composition immortal because she decreases the cooldowns of all ally skills by 2 turns. So it's kind of like another Painkeeper, reducing cooldown skills for unkillable champions to make an unkillable composition. It doesn't affect her, but yeah, but then she takes damage, unlike Painkeeper. But it's 2 turns instead of 1 turn like Painkeeper. And then 3 times decreased speed, decreased accuracy. Other than the I don't think she has anything else that's really that great here. 15% decreased speed is okay. And then heal reduction. I mean, heal reduction can be useful, but overall she's okay. She's not amazing, but like I said, for an unkillable composition, she can be really useful. She's an option for an unkillable composition to reduce those cooldown skills. She's an alternative to Painkeeper, although I prefer Painkeeper. Ox is garbage. Running out of shards here. Not looking good for a legendary. Basher is, I don't think anything very good. 4 times at random. Oh, block buffs. Okay. So that's kind of cool. Basher seems okay. AoE increases the cooldown of all the target's skills by 2 turns. Actually, he's pretty good. That's a cool ability. I think I'm going to actually use him on my skinwalkers. 75% chance of a weaken. So that's decent for bosses, but this here, block buffs, that's good. That's useful. AoE, cooldown skills, that's he's going on my faction wars. I don't know who he's going to replace, but he's going on my faction wars. I have a couple of skinwalkers that are not that great right now. Another garbage. Steadfast Marvel is complete trash. And one last epic at least. Faceless. Faceless I think can hit kind of hard. I think he's okay on Spider. He ignores shield and block damage buffs as well as defense. Oh, yeah, so that's yeah, that can hit really hard there. Attacks an enemy, completely ignores defense. That's going to be a really hard hitting attack right there. So that's pretty powerful. 30% increased crit rate. Attacks an enemy. Attacks an enemy. 15% chance to place an extra hit. So yeah, he can, I'd imagine he can hit pretty hard. I don't know, you don't see him in arena much, so I don't think he hits that hard. But anyway, alright, it looks like nothing spectacular. So a couple of things that I think are interesting at least. Of course you want to sell me, so why would I buy any? No, I'm not buying any of this, no. Nope, not even commenting on that. But anyway, so yeah, I do have a couple of things that I'm going to definitely test out. Like I said, I'm on a couple of potential upgrades for the clan boss. Definitely going to try out Whisper here on the clan boss that replaced Turvold, and I'm definitely going to try out, what is that, Bulwark. Bulwark, is it? Yeah, Bulwark here. I think Bulwark might be better. I'm not sure, because I'm thinking with that increasing the chance to extend all debuffs, but then I would lose Weaken, so I don't know. But we'll see. I'm definitely going to try out Bulwark. Definitely going to try out Whisper. She's definitely going to be the next champion that I'm going to max out with the Epic Tomes and give her a shot, because she might replace my Turvold on Clan Boss. I'm going to give it a shot. Why not? I mean, certainly couldn't hurt. I don't have anybody else that I really need to put Epic Tomes into right now, and I have enough to max somebody. So she is up next. So her and Bulwark are my next 2 champions that I'm going to give a shot to, and I'm going to max out Padma eventually. I don't know about maxing out the Skull Crown. I might. Already got her. So yeah, so I got a couple of things that I'm going to toy with in Faction Wars at least, and a couple of champions I'm going to try as potential upgrades on the boss. We'll see what happens. So it's been interesting. So yeah, so that's all that I got for today though, guys. So yeah, hope you guys have some good pulls on the Void Shards here. And but yeah, that's all that I got for today. So at least a couple of things that are interesting, that's for sure. So so that's all that I got for now though, guys. So yeah, I hope you're getting big good pulls on your shards. You get anything good, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, that's all that I got for now, guys. So I'm going to get to work on these champions here, and then I will catch you guys in the next episode. So until then.